Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's renaming and unveiling ceremony. I am Staff Sergeant Kevin Gant, and I will be your narrator for today's ceremony. First, some comments on military protocol and ceremony etiquette. Throughout the ceremony, you will be given cues on when to stand and be seated at the appropriate times. During the singing of our national anthem, military members should stand at the position of attention and render a salute. Our civilian guests are invited to place their right hand over their heart. And finally, we request all electronic devices be turned off or set to vibrate for the duration of the ceremony. Thank you. Today we pay special tribute to Technical Sergeant Joshua L. Kidd. Sergeant Kidd was a valuable member of the United States Air Force, the 2nd Maintenance Group, but most importantly, he was a member of our Barksdale family. Technical Sergeant Kidd lost his life on the 25th of September 2018. We are not here today to mourn his memory, but to honor his legacy. We are honored to have so many in attendance today. Please join me in welcoming our host for today's ceremony, Colonel Michael Miller, Commander, 2nd Bomb Wing, and his spouse, Monica Miller. Commander, 307th Bomb Wing, Colonel Stephen Kirkpatrick. Vice Commander, 2nd Bomb Wing, Colonel Scott Weiermuller and his spouse, Shauna Weiermuller. Vice Commander, 307th Bomb Wing, Colonel Courtney Hamilton. And Command Chief, 2nd Bomb Wing, Chief Master Sergeant Josh Swanger. We are pleased to have Technical Sergeant Kidd's family with us today. His widow, Miss Alyssa Kidd. His son, Beckham Dennis Kidd. His mother, Miss Ann Kidd Waters. Stepfather, Mr. Gerald Waters. And his brother, First Lieutenant Dustin Kidd, United States Marine Corps. Seated with the Kidd family, his commanding officer, Colonel Michael Colbert, Commander, 2nd Maintenance Group, and his spouse, Cheryl Colbert. Chief Enlisted Manager, 2nd Maintenance Group, Chief Master Sergeant Jacob Larson. And Wing Weapons Manager, Chief Master Sergeant Jody Cooper. Lastly, we wish to extend a warm welcome to all directors, commanders, chiefs, mission partners, the Shreveport-Bossier City communities, friends, and especially the maintenance airmen with us here today. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the presentation of the colors, the singing of the national anthem by Staff Sergeant Ronald Truesdale, and the invocation given by Chaplain Campbell. Honor Guard, present the colors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets spread glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free Hold. 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 Hold.
Chaplain Campbell, please come forward to deliver the invocation.
If so willing, I invite you to pray with me today. Sovereign God, as this facility is renamed today, it causes us to pause and once again give thanks to you for the life of Technical Sergeant Joshua Kidd. A life of joyful, notable, and selfless service, a life that embodied our Air Force values. Thank you for your continued care and outpouring of grace on Alyssa and Beckham and entire family, and the strength that they continue to demonstrate. We ask now for your blessing on this ceremony, and may this building, with its new name, be a reminder to all who work or visit here to follow Joshua's example of love and selfless service to others. May we remember and be inspired to give the strength of our days to what is truly important in this life. May Joshua's life be honored appropriately in this way today and in the years to come. In your holy and gracious name we pray. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Thank you, Barksdale Honor Guard, Staff Sergeant Truesdale, and Chaplain Campbell for those inspiring words. It is my privilege to introduce the Commander, 2nd Bomb Wing, Colonel Michael Miller.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks, Chaplain Campbell. Thanks, Sergeant Truesdale. Great job. National anthem sounded awesome. So, I have to be honest. When I was asked to speak at today's event, I was a little bit surprised. Mainly because at the time I was really a brand new wing commander when we lost Josh, and I really didn't have the pleasure or the honor of getting to know him on a personal level like most of the folks in the crowd here actually did. So it is really truly an honor for me to stand up here and speak on behalf of everybody in the crowd on the memory and the legacy of Josh Kidd. That being said, and Gerald, I want to thank you for making the trip down here today to participate in the ceremony, and really more importantly, thank you for loaning Josh to the United States Air Force in the defense of this country, even if it was only just for a short time. Thank you very much. Lieutenant Kidd, thanks for making it here today. You look great in that uniform. We love the Marine uniform, man. That looks great. I'll tell you what, I'm confident that Josh is looking down on you, extremely proud of the soldier that you become, the Marine that you've become. And he is really, really proud of you. I know he is. Although I'm pretty sure if he were here, he would still remind you who the older brother is. All right? And he wouldn't hesitate to smack you around if he had to. So, but thanks for coming down here. It's an honor to have you here to celebrate with us. Alyssa, Beckham, man, words cannot describe the grace, the strength, and the courage that you've displayed through all of this. You have been incredible through all of this. I am grateful that you stayed connected to all these airmen here at Barksdale. And more importantly, I'm even more proud to consider you part of the Air Force family. Thank you for being here today. I hope we do Josh's legacy justice. Tech Sergeant Kidd, well, he served with a purpose and an enthusiasm that was contagious amongst every airman he ever came in contact with. It was this enthusiasm, love of his work, and love of his fellow airmen that resulted in Josh not only being promoted early to Tech Sergeant above his peers, but resulted in Josh being recognized and, more importantly, acknowledged by his peers, his leaders, and his fellow wingmen as someone other airmen looked up to and aspired to be like. Everyone that interacted with Josh spoke of his love for his fellow airmen and his love for his work. In fact, Josh was such a great leader and maintainer that he was nominated for a coveted Maintenance Professional Award by the flight commander of the 20th Aircraft Maintenance Unit. Problem was, he wasn't even in the 20th Aircraft Maintenance Unit. He was in the 96th Aircraft Maintenance Unit. That's how much he was respected. I'm sure the guys in the 20th had some issues with that, but I tell you what, they respected Josh. And they recognized him as being deserving of that award, even if it meant bridging the gap of a rival maintenance unit. That single maintenance award was actually the catalyst for Josh being assigned here to the weapons load training facility, where he was assigned the demanding task of instructing our young weapons loaders on how to load munitions on the mighty B-52. An assignment and task that ultimately enabled Josh to have a much larger impact of the future of all maintainers at Barksdale Air Force Base, and more importantly, all airmen in the munitions and weapons career fields. Josh's love for leading airmen and his ability to take the time to listen, really listen to his airmen and even his peers is part of what made Josh such a great leader. Josh's kind of leadership is exactly what our Air Force needs today. From helping an airman fix his car to rescuing a fellow NCO who was struggling through personal tragedies, Josh was always there to listen and help. But Josh just wasn't about the mission, leading airmen, or even his amazing skill as a maintainer. In fact, if Josh were here right now, I'm pretty confident he would tell us all that the thing he was most proud of was being a loving husband and an awesome father. I'm told that anytime Josh would tell stories about Alyssa and Beckham, his face would quite literally light up like the sun, and that he would not hesitate to share a story, a picture, and yes, a video of his young and beloved family. The only thing that Josh was better at than being an airman was being a husband and a father. So as we approach the 1-year mark of Josh's passing, I'm reminded of the shockwave that was felt by the entire Barksdale family when we learned of his death. But today, I stand before you here with a promise for the future. That promise being that Tech Sergeant Joshua Kidd's memory and his legacy will live on. Everyone who crossed this path will tell you Josh left every unit he was ever assigned to better than he found it, and inspired those around him to be better every day. While it pales in comparison to the loss that Alyssa, Beckham, Ann, Jerry, Dustin, the loss that you have suffered, Team Barksdale is honored to immortalize Josh here today. Tech Sergeant Joshua Kidd was truly a great American, an outstanding airman, and a loving son, and a dedicated husband and father who loved and inspired everyone he met. By dedicating this weapons training facility in his memory, our hope is that Josh will continue to inspire every airman that enters and trains in this facility from this day forward and as long as this facility stands. Thank you everyone for being here today. God bless Josh's family, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel Miller, for those kind words honoring Technical Sergeant Kidd. It is now time for the unveiling. Technical Sergeant Kidd's family, please come forward for the unveiling. The Kidd family will now unveil the new name of the Weapons Load Training Facility. Ladies and gentlemen, the new name of Building 6050, located here at 777 Lindbergh Road East, now and forever, the Technical Sergeant Joshua L. Kidd Weapons Load Training Facility. We will now have some remarks from members of the Kidd family.
Sorry guys, I'm not good at this. I wish more than anything that Josh could see this. There are no words to describe what it's like to see all of you come out and support Joshua. It's a true testament to how he impacted each and every one of us. Josh put everything he could into being an airman, a weapons loader, father, brother, son, and husband. He certainly was a jack of all trades. I think it's safe to say our whole entire family couldn't be more proud of our Joshua. He truly deserves this. Thank you to every single person and airman that had a hand in this. It means more than you can know. I can't wait to bring Beckham here when he is older to show him just how amazing of a human his father was. Chief, Tech Sergeant Lugowitz, LSC, Slick, thank you for all of this. Thank you for loving our Joshua. All of you have embodied his strength, enthusiasm, his passion to succeed, motivate, and influence. Josh is living through all of you. Thank you for the Bossier City Police Department for being here and for fighting for our Joshua. I hope seeing his name on this building can bring comfort to all of you. He loved all of you so much. Trust me, I heard about it every night. Every time you walk into this facility, I challenge you to reflect on your favorite memory of Josh. Whether it's him loading, his vaping, his STI, or seeing a chug and sending a chug. He will always be with us and forever rooting us on to be the best that we can absolutely be.
Thank you, Kidd family. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a lengthy process to get us to this point. Records were reviewed by the Air Force Personnel Center, and their request was routed up the chain of command for approval. General Timothy Ray, Commander, Air Force Global Strike Command, approved the memorialization of this building in honor of Technical Sergeant Joshua L. Kidd. It was noted that Sergeant Kidd's unwavering leadership and influential legacy impacted the 2nd Bomb Wing and the weapons loading community, and they are worthy of this honor. Colonel Colbert, Miss Kidd, please come forward. It is Air Force custom when a building is dedicated, a plaque be affixed to the building. It is specific in shape, lettering, and design. Colonel Colbert will present Miss Kidd with a replica of that plaque here today. The plaque reads, Kidd Wilt Facility, named in honor of Technical Sergeant Joshua L. Kidd, 2 July 1988 to 25 September 2018. His legacy lives on in the hearts and minds of all who knew him. The final bronze plaque will be affixed forevermore to this Barksdale facility. Thank you, Colonel Colbert. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today as we renamed this facility in honor of our fallen Barksdale warrior, Technical Sergeant Joshua L. Kidd. At the conclusion of today's ceremony, please feel free to join us for a tour of this facility. In closing, the Kidd family thanks you for attending. We say to Technical Sergeant Kidd, you are gone, but not forgotten. Thank you for your service to this nation. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a moment of silence, followed by the singing of the Air Force song. Thank you. Thank you all for attending today, and have a great Air Force Day. Thank you all once again.